Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Light back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another MCU DC concept or replacing MCU projects with DC projects instead. Uh, yeah, if you want a better explanation of that, definitely check my announcements video in the playlist. But anyways, let's get into it. So in today's video, we're going to be replacing the Avengers or basically Avengers 1 with Justice League 1. Now, I want to say this quickly out right off the bat. Justice League, I'm going to be just calling it maybe Justice League. I'm not going to have any like subtitle name or anything like that. Just be called like Justice League. Uh, yeah, so continuing off here. I want to say this right off the bat. This is based off of no comic or anything. This is like one of those movies that just purely off my own regular, like my own making. Like this is completely made by me. Like this is not a drawing inspiration from any comic or anything like that. uh yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into plot, casting, and everything like that. So for the main villain, I actually had two decisions to make. I wanted to go a bit of a comic accurate route and decided on going against that the villain might have been Starro. But then I had some second, like, I thought about it and I was just like, nah, I think it should be Steppenwolf because if you realize Avengers is really like a gateway villain to the whole huge big bad that comes later on. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to set this up like a cinematic universe. And to do that, I would like instead to do that, I would like to have a gateway villain. So yeah, Starro will be saved for something else, and the main villain is going to be Steppenwolf. Now, in terms of casting wise, let me just go over my quick Justice League again. This is somewhat comic accurate, but I mean, don't worry. I eventually plan to add more members of the league. Like, there's not everybody here, and even there's missing a character. I know that he will come later. But yeah, my Justice League is going to be Batman, who's played by Jake Gyllenhaal. Superman is played by Henry Cavill, basically taking place after all those solo movies I was talking about before. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, John Krasinski as Green Lantern, or Hal Jordan, but the younger version. And also Ray Fisher as Cyborg, because I actually liked his performance as Cyborg, so I thought he should be Cyborg again. Uh, and also we got Dylan O'Brien as Robin. He's going to be Robin in this as well, as a much aged Robin. This takes place, I would say, two years after. And I also want to say this too. I forgot to say this earlier in the video. Sorry about that. Is like in terms of continuity right now, it's actually, I know in MCU format it's Iron Man 2 then the Avengers, but I mean, I changed it up to instead now be the Avengers then Iron Man 2, just flip them around, honestly, just because I kind of wanted to save Iron Man 2 for Batman 2, I guess it would be called, just for something else to further character development. I feel like this movie could be used as a lot of character development for some of the characters. But yeah, that's pretty much it though. Oh yeah, and Steppenwolf is gonna be voiced by the same guy, Ciaran Hinds. He'll still be voicing him. So in terms of exactly how this movie is gonna go plot wise, now here's where it gets tricky. I am definitely maybe taking a bit of inspiration from Zack Snyder's, but I mean, in all honesty, I'm gonna be changing a lot of stuff, starting with a lot of the plot and the whole purpose of the film. Now, in my opinion, in my vision, this purpose of the film is meant to further basically introduce us to the Justice League, get some character development in terms of like these guys progressing as family and stuff like that. Because that's what I want to do. I want to set them up as more of like a family rather than just like a team, people that have to be together and stuff like that. I'd rather just be like close friendships and stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to do. Further the development of the characters and everything. Plus further development of some of the characters in terms of their powers and stuff. Because not all of them are kind of be in peak condition. Like, for example, this Batman that I have right now is like he's semi experienced. I mean, he got a few villains under his belt and everything. Obviously, he's taken on Robin and stuff like that. Uh, so yeah, plus the Robin too. Dick Grayson Robin. He's got to get further developed too. If I have hope to add other Robins. Uh, Anyways, continuing on here. Uh, so for plot wise, again, I wanted to make it more like a family and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be focusing a lot more on character development. Maybe they go on a few missions by themselves, fight some parademons and stuff, gain further development. Then it comes down to exactly uh, how they meet. So I actually planned this out kind of different in terms of a complete character change. Instead of Cyborg being such a dark character and being like, "Oh, I hate my life," whatever. The way he was in Zack Snyder, which is fine. I mean, that's pretty reasonable, realistic. It makes sense. I'm going the other way around, and I'm gonna make him more of like the upbeat member. I'm gonna make him more of like the member that's making everybody join. Like personally, I'm not a huge fan of Batman being like the guy who starts it all. That makes no sense. Just because Batman is more so like one of those characters you'd rather work alone with a sidekick or something rather than like in a big team like this. So that's why I decided to do that. So Cyborg would play that more role of just like making sure everybody's good and stuff like that, and teams, and also being set up in the Wonder Woman post credit scene, or not post credit scene, at the end of the film. Uh, at the end of the film, he actually came. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna be like basically like all these characters come up together, and then here's where it gets tricky. I'm gonna say the first three get up like that, or the first four technically with Robin. But here's how Green Lantern comes. Green Lantern just recently finished his fight on Noah. He's fired up. He comes back to Earth, and he notices Steppenwolf is there. And he's like, he knows about Steppenwolf. The ring tells him about Steppenwolf, exactly what's going on. And he'll play that whole backstory again. Now, here's where things get a bit complicated, is that Green Lantern be the guy that's like experienced with this kind of thing, and Wonder Woman would be kind of experienced with it, and then Cyborg would be the one to be like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So now I'm gonna play this card like similar to the Avengers, how originally, like, if you remember that fight scene between Thor and Iron Man and everything back in that third scene. I'm gonna have it like Green Lantern. They're just going to go try and fight some parademons or something, and then Green Lantern comes out of nowhere thinking Superman is like one of the aliens, and Batman and all these characters are aliens or something, and they're all gonna fight each other. But then eventually, Superman kind of learns that Green Lantern isn't really an enemy, but he thinks he's an enemy. And then Cyborg finally stops. He's like, "Chill out, guys. Like it's not that serious. He's on our side. He's a part of Green Lanterns and stuff." So it'll be a lot of knowledge based stuff. In terms of Steppenwolf's or like his reasoning, honestly, it's just because he wants to come to Earth and he's hungry for power. I'm not gonna play that whole feel bad for Steppenwolf thing. That was really interesting and everything. That was good. It was pretty good seeing that happen. But it's just my universe. I plan on just doing it just for greediness of power. So basically, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to become like one of Darkseid's best men and stuff like that. So he's coming here, and he's pretty much battle hungry and stuff like that. Uh, and then the Justice League finally assembles and stuff. Now, another thing too, I don't want to put any moment where the Justice League is just like, I hate each other, they hate each other and stuff like that. I think it plays better when they're all just on the same page all the time, which makes more sense. So then all of them prepare to basically go to battle, where they take the final battle will just take place. I don't have an exact location, but it's just somewhere outside of Gotham City and Metropolis, all those places. Like this is going to be a large scale battle, and basically all of them fight, and then like hordes. I'm talking loads and loads of parademons come, and yeah, they basically verse parademons, and yeah, in terms of the mother box, I've chosen to not really go with that storyline, or not, at least not now. Uh, in the sense, I don't want it to happen just at the moment. So instead, what I'm gonna do is just Steppenwolf arrived here on Armada, and he's just destroying up the place and stuff like that. Uh, yeah, and then they end up beating him in a moment like that, uh, where he ends up getting beat up and stuff like that. And yeah, in terms of Darkseid's presence, I'm not gonna say we have any Darkseid's presence, just because I'm saving Darkseid for like the end. And I mean, actually, possibly we could get some flashback scenes and see Steppenwolf and Darkseid, but Darkseid will never speak, at least not until for a while. But anyways, it'll tease kind of like Darkseid will eventually come and stuff like that. But I mean that's pretty much it though. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it though. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below what you guys think of this concept. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.